And but anyway, Kendra, could you just slate yourself to the microphone for me?
Yes, Kendra Voth.
Who are you with?
Warner Brothers.
Perfect.
Thank you. All right, thanks. So tell me about Supernatural and what's happening this season.
Well, this season of Supernatural, season 6, has been a really fun, cool departure because seasons 1 through 5, we sort of had this arc and this idea. And initially, when you do a TV show, you're kind of just setting out to make sure that you can keep going. Just the very nature of television, and you want to make sure that you're telling an exciting story and it's fun and it's kind of what's going to happen, and this is happening, and that's happening, and it's big, and it's brash, and it's like, wow. But then we got into this great storyline of good versus evil, and the boys, they're hunting evil, but there's something deeper. And we kind of set out to tell this story. Eric Kripke, our creator, set out to tell this story, and he did. And in 5 seasons, he had this wonderful, succinct story of these brothers and their plight and their struggle and their qualms and their dips into good and evil. I'm sorry, dips into evil and climbs into good. And we kind of wrapped it up. And then, for all means and purposes, we thought I was dead. I'm glad I wasn't. But we see Sam, possessed by Lucifer, basically fall into a pit, which is going to put him in a cage in hell at the end of season 5. And so we're like, all right, am I getting written off? Am I getting fired? Like, what's going on? But of course, I guess the writers had a plan, and they bring Sam back, and Dean is obviously ecstatic and so happy to see his brother. He thought he'd never see him again. But then he notices something's off with Sam, and it's like, well, I'm so excited that my brother's not dead. I love my brother, and we've been through so much, and obviously I'm happy to see my brother alive. But he seems different, and I don't know if he just seems different because what he's been through, like somebody coming back from war and just being an adult, like somebody going from 13 years old to 50 years old overnight, you know, and like the wisdom and is it the years behind him? Is it that he's now just kind of, he's just different because of what he's been through, or did something supernatural happen, and does somebody have a dastardly plan, and is somebody really toying with me? And so, as we come to find out, something is different about Sam. Something is missing, and it's when Sam was rescued out of hell, he was rescued with a missing piece, his soul. And so then it becomes Dean's quest to get his brother's soul back, because he looks at Sam and it looks like Sam, it smells like Sam, it talks like Sam, it thinks differently than Sam, and so he wants his brother back, not the way his brother looks, but the way his brother was, his heart, his brain, his soul. And so Dean gets this very clear quest of, I'm gonna get my brother back to how he is. You know, if he can come back from hell, then we can get him his soul back. And Sam is sort of oblivious, and he's sort of like, well, I like the way I am now. Like, as opposed to getting connected to this or that, I just think logically now. Like, I don't let my emotions get the best of me and make a wrong decision. I don't fall in love with the demon Ruby and kind of go down the dark side. I just think, well, demon deal, bad, not gonna do it. Oh, well, good, oh, say good, person bad. Like, he just is very logically, it's mathematical, it's very cutthroat. Well, this is good, this is bad, this is black, this is white, and I'm gonna move forward. And so it's these very clear objectives for both brothers, and it's kind of like we've gone back to season 1 where we're hunting things together, but it's almost like it's flipped. We see now that Dean kind of has a family of sorts. Like, he's with Lisa and Ben, and he's happy, and he's carrying on and living a life of normalcy as well as he can. And we see Sam kind of like, wait, just hunting, like doing my thing. Like, read about something fishy over in a town 3 miles over, I'm gonna go check it out, blah, blah, blah. And so it's this really kind of fun little parallel for Supernatural fans who have been with us the whole time. And even for those who haven't, it's a nice way to start the show, because it's kind of this fresh beginning. But that's been our season so far.
So is it fun playing sort of the opposite of what you're used to playing? Is it giving you sort of more length as an actor?
Yeah, it's been so fun to explore the possibilities of what Soulless Sam is and is not, and can and cannot be and do. And so it's been fun for me as an actor to go from, and Sam, the whole joke with Sam is and even in the script, it would be like, Sam gives her the doe-eyed look of compassion, and she tells about how her boyfriend killed her. You know, the point is that Sam was always like the, Dean, like, quit being a jerk. Tell me what's going on. Like, blah, 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 blah. I care. You know, and that was the Sam, and that was so fun to play, because it was this guy, and it was nice to play this guy who's a nice guy, and he wants to do the right thing, and he's caring. And now it's so fun to go, like, Dean, quit being like a little mush. Hey, what happened? Tell us what happened. Like, over the BS. Like, come on, spit it out. So it's fun to play this guy who's just so cutthroat and so, like, rigid and regimented and stern. And so that's been a real fun departure for Jared to play as an actor and as a person, because I've kind of explored this character for so long, who's passionate and compassionate and intense with his need and his urge to help others. And now to play this guy who's like, I don't care, I just want to kind of get some things done. It's been a really fun thing for me to do.
So what are we going to see happen this season in terms of Sam being soulless, and will he get his soul back?
Can I say? What's this for? I wonder if I can say.
You know, I think you can.
I get it back.
Depending on where we're at in the air schedule, but I think you can.
I've gotten it back by now, I think.
You have domestically. I don't know about internationally. So maybe tease just to be safe.
Okay, let me think. I think one of the really exciting parts of season 6 is that because Dean is excited to see his brother back, but without a soul, he is going straight forward and he wants to get Sam's soul back. He wants his brother back. And the wonderful thing is that Sam, being soulless and thinking what he perceives as clear-headed for the first time in his life, he really doesn't want his soul back. Like, he passionately doesn't want his soul back. So we see this wonderful struggle of brother versus brother again, and this dynamic of Dean's kind of trying to do what he thinks is right, and Sam's trying to do what he thinks is right, and they're just these clashing objectives. And so we're going to see it come to a climax where Dean wants to do what he feels is best for Sam, but Sam passionately believes that what Dean thinks is wrong. And it's almost a fun, like, mirror of season 4, when Sam knows that he's right because he's going to go kill Lilith, and Dean knows that he's right because Sam shouldn't be working with a demon, and what's the good and what's the bad to come off of each person's objective.
Right. So what are the stakes then for your character, and what would it mean if he did get his soul back, do you think?
Well, I think if Dean ever does get Sam's soul back, it's going to have to be through a shady manner. It's not like he's going to go save up $1,000 and buy Sam's soul back. Like, obviously, if Sam's soul is stuck in a pit in hell with Lucifer, then Dean's going to have to make some sort of deal. And we've seen it happen before. We've seen Sam do it and Dean do it, and it never really comes without consequences. That's one of the wonderful parts of Supernatural, is that we see that everything you do has a consequence, whether it's indirect or direct. Something's going to happen of it. And so I think that Dean's going to have to pull out all stops if he wants to go and get Sam's soul back. And even if he does get Sam's soul back, we don't know what it'll mean for Sam. We don't know if the soul is destroyed now. It's been in the hell. No one's seen it. Castiel hasn't seen it. Nobody knows anything of it. We just know that it's in this cage, in this pit in hell. And so there's a struggle that Dean has to kind of deal with of, if I do get my brother's soul back, will it even be my brother then? Or will his soul be so fried from being tortured by Lucifer and Michael that I'm going to kill the guy? And so that's another reason why Sam really doesn't want it.
Right. And then, so there are some really exciting episodes coming up, and I do know of one episode where you and Jared actually play.
Oh yeah,
you and Jensen, sorry.
Totally.
Actually, play each other. So tell me about that, and what was it like playing yourself?
Well, what's fun is we do this episode, and the way it ended up turning out is that Sam and Dean are on the run. People are obviously the Angels now have gotten fed up with Sam and Dean and how they keep throwing a wrench in the system. So now Angels are after us, and so we have to get kind of reluctantly transported to another dimension where we wake up on a set and people are calling us Jared and Jensen. And so I'm looking around at my brother Dean going, why are people calling me Jared? Who's Jared what? And he's going, I don't know. Someone called me Mr. Ackles. Like, what does that mean? And so we see this funny sort of mirror, and it's a total shout out to the fans, and it's a total kind of one-of episode that's fun and funky and funny. And we get to see this kind of funny, what would Sam and Dean do? We never end up actually being Jared and Jensen, but we end up being called Jared and Jensen, but they think we're on weird behavior. And so Bob Singer, our director-producer, is looking at him going, are they method now? Like, why do they keep calling each other Sam and Dean? And why are they, like, trying to burn people and things? And so it's this really kind of funny episode that, thank goodness, we have talented writers that can kind of write all these levels. It's a treat. I can't wait to watch it.
Yeah, the fans are gonna.
Oh yeah,
the fans are gonna go crazy.
They're gonna go nuts, and we put in some cool little fun small shout outs just to the fans that we're waiting to see if they pick up on. And we keep in touch with the fans. We go to conventions on a regular basis and have one-on-one conversations with our fans all the time. And so I'm always excited to hear whether or not they caught the little pieces we put in the episodes for them.
That's great.
Yeah.
And so what else can the fans look out for this season that they haven't maybe seen before, or is there a particular episode that's really going to stand out that's poignant this season?
Let's see. I love the one. I love that one. That one obviously sticks out. I think, yeah. Some of the exciting episodes we see in season 6 involve the Angels either putting Sam and Dean into another dimension of sorts to protect them, or the Angels kind of even going back in time to do things, or sending our boys back in time. And there's actually a wonderful episode that we just did where they have to send Sam and Dean back to the Old West to retrieve Samuel Colt's gun from Samuel Colt himself and try and hunt down what we think is the only thing that'll hurt the mother of all monsters. And so we don't have a whole lot of time, but we have to go back, and I get to ride a horse and wear Western gear, and we're both kind of chapped out in leather, and Sam and Dean are living in the Old West. And so that's probably my favorite episode of the year, just because it was such a departure and such a fun thing you get to do, to go back and be part of this Old West town. And we've always talked about wanting to do a Western, and I've always loved Westerns. I grew up in Texas and watching them, and so it's fun to kind of get a chance to explore.
Cool. And who's the ultimate evil or the ultimate villain this year?
This year, Eve. In season 6, obviously every year we've kind of had an ultimate villain, whether it was from the Yellow-Eyed Demon to Lilith to Lucifer, and this year we're going after the mother of all monsters. The idea being that all the shapeshifters and ghouls and zombies and ghosts and goblins that we fought over the last 5 seasons, they all come from somewhere. And so it's our job to seek out where they come from, where dragons come. So it's our job to try and find out where they come from, in the hope that if we, what do they say, cut the head off the beast kind of thing. So we're trying to maybe stop the brain center of all these monsters, in the hope that a shockwave will be sent out over the nation, and that they'll all lose communication and ultimately fail.
Great. Thank you. And that's all we have time for.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. Awesome.